It is that time. I know. Now, as you're speaking, it makes me want to talk about all these different subjects. Good, I have all week until Thursday. We can talk about all the things. But first, let's say hi. Chukwuemeka, great to see you here, and Amber, great to see you. Lynn and Scott, thanks, Scott. I appreciate that. And we got, let's see our list here. We got Deborah. Hi, Deborah. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Karen. Welcome, Sarah. Nice to see you. Elisa and Alora, welcome. Welcome to our daily success calls. Amber's here, of course. I saw you, Amber. Great to see you. Hi, Anne. Let's see. Hi, Arlene. Welcome to our calls. Elizabeth, Elsie's here. Gloria, Jay, and Joyce, and Justin. How you been, Justin? Another Karen we have. Great. I think I saw one of you on a welcome call just not too long ago. Christine, Lynn's here, Nadea, Natasha, Nicole, Patricia, Patty, Ray, Sarah, Scott. Great to see you all here. Wonderful. It is a Monday, and so some of you might be saying, what's going on? Where's John? Well, John's on vacation for a couple of days, and he will be back with us on Thursday. It is November 15th. And really exciting to be with you at the beginning of a week. I feel like it's refreshing, and it's good to switch it out every now and again. So this weekend, I wanted to share with you, because I think this will be interesting to talk about. This weekend, I got invited to college football. Now, remember, I'm from overseas, and so there's no football in Israel, really. I mean, there might be now, but definitely not when I was growing up. And my son has been in football. So I learned the game, I learned the rules, but I only have seen, his age. So he's going to turn 13. So from, when he was about 10 to 13, that's what I've seen as far as football. So keep that in mind as I tell this story. And so first time in a stadium so big, it was UT, so right here in Texas, and it was, the Longhorns. Whoever knows football. So we were in a home game. So if any of you have ever been to any type of sport that's outdoors and a lot of people, and it's a home game, you might kind of relate to that energy. It's really, really hype, and it's really, really exciting. And I want to give you this short story in the beginning, and then you'll see where I'm leading with this. So as we came, I came with a couple of friends who invited us, and they have been to many games, and they're here. They're Texans local, and they all had these comments to say about the team, because they know what's going on. They know the players. They know, for me, remember, first time, I'm just enjoying the football, right? So it's Kansas against Texas, and so as they begin to play, about halfway in, it was 14 Texas and 40 some for Kansas. So now you start to see all these Texans, right? These, people that came to see the game getting really pretty disappointed in the players and how they're playing the game. And as you look in the stadium wasn't packed. It wasn't completely full, but you could see and you could notice people kind of, waves of people slowly leaving the stadium. And as you listen to the talk behind us, there's a lot of, let's say, not so kind talk towards these Austin players, because they're apparently not performing as well. Keep in mind that I'm super excited because I see, grown men tossing a football and doing a good job at it. Well, they missed a couple of catches, but you know what I mean? Like, everyone's doing a really, really good job, and I'm impressed. But everyone has something to say, all right? And so, the people are slowly filing out. And a game of football is more or less 3 hours. And so towards the end there, we had a last quarter. My family is already getting restless. My son wants to leave, everyone wants to leave, and I'm super excited to see what's going on. And by this point, they have bridged the gap a little bit, and they could potentially tie 49-49 with a touchdown and some extra points. And so when we were at that stage, you could literally see waves of people just leaving the stadium, like emptying it out. Like it was just little specks of people here and there, leaving, abandoning, like, there's no chance for this game, we've lost. And so, my family had convinced me that they want to go home and leave before the end of the game. As we left, they scored another touchdown and even the score. So 49-49. So I left thinking that we had tied 49-49. The game was potentially over. And it turned out that they had overtime. And they gave them overtime, and this team brought the score to 57-56. So Kansas won in the end, but 57-56. Now, anybody that watches any kind of sport or any type of, I'll watch anything where people are performing at their best. I love it. I can watch from figure skating, gymnastics, to basketball, to soccer. I like it all. When people are performing at their peak performance and really giving it their all, I think it's something that you can admire and find the beauty in, right? Even if it's, soccer, the precision in how they send the ball to one direction. So in this football game, they're throwing the ball. There's nobody there. There's nobody there to catch it. So the other guy has to run right in time, catch the ball in the air, and continue to run. I mean, this is some skill here. And they were doing really, really great. So in my eyes, that was a game well worth, watching, because 57-56, that's a lot of touchdowns, a lot of excitement. And so my observation from all of this was a couple of things. First of all, there was this rhythm, this heartbeat. It was almost alive. The stadium was alive, really. You could see it from, I was in the seats high up, so I could really get this beautiful sky vision of everything that was going on. From the bands that were playing, to the cheerleaders on both teams, to the alumni that were there. So much is happening. They fire off cannons. Did you guys know this? They fire off cannons for a touchdown. Amber's going, yes, we knew that. I didn't know. So every time there's a cannon fire, fireworks go off every time there's a touchdown. So imagine this. We didn't walk there. There's apparently an avenue that you can walk with a circus going on, and they bring Ferris wheel and all these things for people. It's a huge event, and people are really, really hyped. And so like I said, you can see the heartbeat, you can see the pulse of the stadium, and you can really feel the energy and the excitement from the people that are there. And I think that that's something to really admire and acknowledge. And it's something that you can feed off as someone that, wants to feel more energized, wants to, gain some excitement, or just, feel more engaged with life. That's a good word for it. Being really engaged. These types of events can really do that for you. And what I want to now direct our conversation towards is really the idea. So imagine yourself that you are this college, because every time I would say, the first time I see pro football and everything, that's not pro, that's college football. So I'm getting my terms right. This is, college football. For me, it was like, wow, grown men throwing a ball and running. So it was interesting. Or I guess I was corrected on that one too. 17 to 20 is the age, I guess, that they're playing ball there. So not so much grown, but almost there. Young adults. That'd be a good word for it. Anyhow, to get to the point. So the crowd that was there to support, that were there to enjoy a great game, and it was a great game by all accounts. Good football was played. Really, they had their set expectations, and it was so interesting. I actually have 2 points for us to discuss today, and you can choose which one you want to talk about. One of them was how much the crowd was just, almost like enamored, like they were just hypnotized by the scoreboard. All they wanted to see was the score. If Texas wasn't winning and it wasn't up there, and we weren't gaining the points, they left. They were gone. They didn't even want to see the football. It blew my mind, and that's a great analogy for life, because what are we in it? Are we in it for the results? Is it just about the results, just the money in the bank, just the amount of sales that we sold in our business, just the achievements, just the checklist? Or is it about the whole experience? Some of you were sharing your experience with the internet and the evolution of computers, understanding the evolution of computers and internet. That's a journey of a lifetime. And it's something that we can notice, and you can offer assistance to other people based on your life experience and everything that you've experienced on this journey. We can call it a journey. I think that that's a really good word for it. And so for this team, you know, the whole game, that whole journey of not losing faith. Okay, this is, you know, switch out. I mean, if any of you were on that field, 14-45, that's easy to deflate your energy. And Kansas was so in it, like they were on that. You knew that if they're getting the ball, they're scoring a touchdown. It wasn't even until they kind of woke up and they were pushing them back, and there were a few times where they didn't score. So it was just so interesting to see how much the team, you know, it mattered what they're putting in it and what they're thinking in their mind. They were in it to win it. It wasn't, you know, maybe I'll see how it goes. You know, maybe we'll win this one. If we don't win this one, maybe the next. You know, let's see. You know, the defense is a little tired, so let's hit it. None of that. They were full faith from the get-go, and they were in it to win it. And this reminds me of, you know, our book, The Secrets of a Millionaire's Mind by T. Harv Eker. I love that book. And he says one of his, he has in this book, he has these wealth files, you know, go wealth file. And so one of his wealth files is that rich people, and this is how he speaks, so you can kind of get used to that talk, you know, rich people play the game to win, or they play the money game to win, and poor people play the money game not to lose. All right, I'll say it again. Rich people play the money game to win, and poor people play the money game not to lose. Look at that definition. You know, if that quarterback, I mean, any one of those quarterbacks would be on that field and they would not give their 500%. I'm not talking about, I mean, when you look at athletes, and again, I get it, there's more elite than this because it was college, but it was awesome. And the football that they played was awesome. And so none of them went onto that field and thought, you know, let's not lose today. All right. Let's just, you know, maybe let's just block them, or let's just, I mean, I might be making some assumptions. I hear myself, right? I don't know exactly what those teammates were thinking, but from the attitude and from the energy and even from the score, I mean, 57-56. You can watch soccer games that are 0-0 all the way till the end, and you're like, all right, what have we been doing here all day? But this one was 57-56. So these people were putting in their efforts, and really, really, they were in it to win it. And, you know, purposely, you know, throughout this fourth quarter, I'm really choosing subjects that I hope will give you that push, that inner spark to be in it to win it, because it's right now. It's not later. You know, yes, we're going to be here in January, and of course we're going to be here in February, and there are definitely more holidays. Scott always likes to remind me about Valentine's, so definitely, right, we're going to be here, of course, for Valentine's. But this time, I don't know if you've noticed around where you live, but Christmas lights have gone up here. And, you know, it's already all the advertisements everywhere for shopping. And it's like the height of it. You know, another little football analogy, because that was super cool. I didn't know they do this, right? Third down. And they start, you know, there's like lights going on, third down, make some noise. There's advertisement. Oh, the whole crowd is shouting at once. You know, make some noise. And the energy is hyped, because it's the third down. So in football, you have 4 downs, right? So third down, 4 down, everyone's making a lot of noise. We're in the fourth down, you know, we're in the fourth quarter. It's right now. And so to get into that hype, to get into that energy, to get into that flow, to be in it to win it, you know, just if you can pull off of that, and of course not everyone might have the opportunity to go to a sports game or whatever, but we can watch things on our home devices. You have me sharing my experience with you to gain from that, you know, energy of like, we're in it to win it. We're going to do so well in this fourth quarter, and we are going to get all the monies, not some of the monies, not maybe. We're not just going to break even. We're not going to be in it to not lose, maybe none of that. So kind of that's where I want to direct our conversation. I see Deborah's hand is up. I like that I already kind of pushed you to wanting to speak about it. And so really choose if you want to speak about the idea of giving up in the middle there, how the crowd kind of left home and didn't want to stay, and that energy of being in it to win it, to really see it through, and the moments that matter most. I'm sure any one of you had an experience where you watched some kind of sport or some kind of, elite achievement. Maybe you've even attended some on your own. And that moment where you can literally give up and just say, okay, let's call it quits, 1445, or you give it your all and you land, maybe, and your outcome, everyone said Texas should have won the game, but whatever, we're not getting into all that. 57-59, where you pushed it. I mean, that's over 100 points on a scoreboard. And yeah, even paying attention to that scoreboard versus the journey, you could speak on that. So whatever you want to talk about for your portion, that's what I wanted to share with you today. Love to hear from anyone who has an opinion and their own experience. I want to first say, Deborah, before I give you the mic, that this is a safe space to share. So there are never any wrong answers, just so you know. You can all completely disagree with everything that I said and it will be fine. It's really about sharing. It's about speaking up, sharing your voice, and inspiring others, just kind of uplifting this community. What we've built here is very similar to that energy that we get from that stadium, that we can do this, that energy, we're not in it alone. Chukwuemeka and Amber were sharing ideas and how they're pulling through. Scott was giving tips on how to navigate everything. And so, that's what we're here to do. It's like that team, it's that teamwork, that team effort to get to that next touchdown. So Sia's asking for the phrase. I'll put it in just a minute. Deborah, let's hear from you.
Well, this is very good. When you hear about successes, you listen to individuals like Scott and Adam, and I'm looking at where I am now. I'm calling this week is Operation Gear Bubble. I'm going in, whether I like it or not. You feel sometimes that you're lost or left behind. But also, I remember Carl Lewis, someone asked him, I believe, that was he afraid of his competition, or was he concerned about his competition? And he just plainly says, the only competition I have is me, is my last best. So my thing is to be my best and better my best where I am at this time in this series. I may miss Christmas, but I also have winter for warm mug sayings. And so it's things you can do, and to not let the input and information coming from those who are at a different level discourage me or feel like I'm doing less. So I'm going for my next best, and I'm going to compete against myself.
Well, this is interesting, Deborah. I want to pause with you here for a minute. So you said their success would make you feel less. Let's think about that for a moment. Why would it make you feel less versus inspire you to say, look, I can pave my... Everyone here did it. They're doing it. Look at the success that Amber's having, or Chukwuemeka, or Lynn, or whoever it is. Look at the success that they're having. I'm next. And that's an interesting thing. And in this book, this would be a good book if you haven't. I think you told me that you have read it, but this is a great book to read, because he says that, this is a shift in your perspective where you can start looking at people that made millions, that are successful right now, and have them inspire you. Today, this morning, I took a class, and in the class, there was a woman, must be in her upper 70s, and she took the class with us. And this was her first time taking this type of class. And it's pretty challenging because it's so radically different. But what she gained from it also by watching me move and the other students there is the possibility of where she can be with consistency, showing up, doing it time and time again, over and over until it's in her body, it's there for her. And it was inspiring to her. I mean, she could have looked at us and go, oh my goodness, I'm never going to do that. I'm not going to be, handstanding or forearm standing or any of that anytime soon. But instead, that really inspired her to ask for more and to be willing to show up again. And I think that that's something that you might want to look at and see if you can use, because if we just kind of, again, that's that kind of attitude where it's, oh, well, okay, well, I'm not going to make it to Christmas, so I have the next one, we'll see. Can you use the fuel of now? Because you can get 10 bucks up now. You can get them up now. Yeah. And they'll be there for you this Christmas season. So I understand what you're saying. In essence, you're saying, okay, maybe I didn't make $100,000 in this Christmas. That's okay. But can you continue to plow forward because you understand the importance of this moment? Can you continue to push yourself and not just kind of say, okay, well, tomorrow, the next day? I mean, think about dishes, right, in the house. And if we just let them sit there, oh, well, tomorrow I'll do them. The next day I'll do them. I'll do the laundry next week, right? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Because those are simple things that really sometimes we just don't want to do them. Say, can you apply that here and say, okay, I'm not going to wait for next Christmas. I'm going to give it my all right now. And you're right, Deborah, you're not competing with anyone else. It's not about you. It's you with the world. It's you with everyone else, and using the wisdom that everyone wants to share with you to propel you forward, to get to you where you want to go. So just wanted to.
Well, I don't want you to think I'm not inspired by everybody's successes, because I am. I don't have that in my constitution not to be happy for other people. I want everybody that does this to be as successful as they want to be. But I have to also look at, I can't get excited about the candy without going through the process to learn everything like I need to learn. And that's what I refuse to do, because I'm so tempted to get into the candy part. I need to learn the process.
So that's the scoreboard versus the journey. So that's you not getting hung up on what is the score at the end of the game or the middle of the game or the beginning of the game, but you're there for the good sportsmanship. You want to learn it. You want to get a new skill, and you want to be able to observe very successful people and, how they're progressing. And, if we can bring it back to that football, you're there for the good football, to see the sportsmanship, to see them do their best, and you are going to take it at your own pace. I'm all for that. Just be sure to kind of push yourself as much as you can.
I am.
Couple of months, get with it, Deborah. Time is now. All right. Wonderful. Scott.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for talking.
I Scott, just along the lines of the sportsmanship and all that, it's granular and everything. But I think when it comes down to the competition area, we all start out with a play, at the beginning of it. Like basketball is always a very high amped up game of where the ball's being passed. There's 10 people on a court. It's limited in its size. It has borders, and the goal is to get in the basket. So they'll start off with a play, and they'll call it off. I mean, there's a specific play they have in mind, and football's the same way.
Yeah.
When they started off, they call that play off. This is what we're going to do, and everybody's going to perform just the way it's supposed to be done. And don't fail me. You have my back. The quarterback, especially, he's protected by all these people when he goes out. But basketball is kind of a cool way for me to think about what you're saying, because we start out with this play. And so we start off, we're going to throw it to the guard, and the guard is going to take it on into the point, and he's going to rush that basket. He's going to back off. He's fooling them. He's doing all this stuff to try, and then he passes it off to his buddy, and he does this and then the play starts to fall apart because the defense came in and did something to change it up. And so you have to have the abilities and the skills to get around what you were just challenged with, and you're going to make that basket. Now, the play was, if it went smooth, like a good play would in football, and we'll see these things happen. These plays happen all the time. Hike, this and that, it goes through. They catch the ball, that runs it. He does the thing, touchdown. Yeah, all right. But was it exactly like you planned? No. Did you get to the goal that you wanted to get to? Yes. Is everybody cheering for you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was like, who's my cheerleader? Me. And anybody that wants to cheer me on, please do. So we're all looking for that cheer too, of how we're doing it. So cheer yourself on. You are your cheerleader, give yourself that gratitude of doing what you're doing and do it every day as much as possible. After a while, you'll be pumping out 30 mugs a day without effort. And you'll be going, I could do more, but oh my gosh, it's just like tomorrow's another day. And if I do 30 more tomorrow, then that's 60. By the end of the week, times 7. Well, are we meeting goals or what? Yeah. It's impressive, guys. You keep it up. Everybody's doing a great job. You'll get there.
That's beautiful. And it's true. I mean, you're talking about plays. That one of the things that really excited me, again, remember, it's my first time watching this live. I've watched the Super Bowl, I've watched good football before at home, but this is live on the field. And they confuse you. I got confused. You don't know who's, they make these plays and then they fake pass it and someone grabs the ball and he's running. And then you find the ball on the other end of the field and the guy's running and passing. And it's just such a skill level of how to play it, how to navigate it, and how to create even these plays, right? Because you have the coaches that are creating these plays. And so if we pull that analogy that you just gave us, Scott, to our business, Rachel's giving us the plays. You see, she's coaching us to get there because she's done it.
Yes.
She's telling you how to do it. Here's how to get it. Here's how to do it. You can even
and where the goal is at.
Right. Yep. You can get into our advanced program, work with the coaches one-on-one and get advice from the professionals. That's one way to go about it. Now, any way you do it, you're running those plays. And of course, Scott's plays and Chukwuemeka's and Amber's and Joe, I saw Joe and Kelly come online. I saw Kelly on the side. They're not going to look the same. That's the beauty of it. That's the magic. Yeah. Oftentimes you'll have students come and say, wow, but there's so many sellers. But they're not you. And they're not going to run the plays the same way. They're not going to, like you offered us, Scott, you even said, the obstacles, like you'll have these things that'll happen in the middle of the game. No two games look alike, even if you're running the same plays.
Right.
They won't be the same because what's going to come at you is not going to be the same that, that's whatever's coming at Amber, or Joe and Kelly, whatever it is. And that ability to work around it, like you said, to navigate, to overcome, to some people here use the word pivot, to, evolve really and grow from those obstacles, from those challenges. So that can relate even back to what Deborah was saying, the challenge of making it happen now. How do you overcome that? How do you find the fortitude, the courage in your heart to go for it no matter what? And then, like you said, Scott, 30 mugs are like that. 100 mugs are like that. And we got it down to a system. And then it's like you referenced basketball. I always like to think about Stephen Curry, how he just swoosh, no matter where he's standing on that 3-pointer line, boom.
Yet at the same time, right. But yet at the same time in football, it's on a 10-yard increment, right. And there's 100 yards. Yep. And you have 4 plays. You have 4 plays to get through that 10 yards. You have a measurement system that's in place already and given to you. If you keep running the same play over and over again and you can't get past the first 3 yards,
right.
Well, maybe you should try a different play.
True. Nice one. I love the sports analogies. This is fun. This is so much fun. Thank you. I saw a couple of my favorite people come online, Joe and Kelly. I saw Roxana here. I see Zita. Let's see who else is here that I haven't seen in a long time. Just looking through the names. Eric's here. Let's see. All right. Well, this was fun. If anybody else wants to share anything, anything from your experience, from your lifetime, now is the time. If not, we'll sign off. I will be here. Here's Joe. Good. I was hoping to hear from you. Oh, Joe, you didn't, I have to, there you go.
Karen.
Yes.
This experience has to be fun FUN. Any child, and I guess when you get older, you kind of go for the child. But the learning, if you're learning and it's a happy learning, you're going to catch on. Or have somebody else to share it with. So
Right, that
these
helps.
coming here and getting that little push, coach, go baby, go baby. I can't believe you went to a live game.
I know. It was so cool, Joe. I don't know when you came on to the call, but I was like on the high, where it's, oh my God, I can't imagine how people don't fall off of those places. Like, how do they not fall off? Everybody's drinking, around you, and you're like, just one little. And anyways, really, really high up. It was extraordinary, though. Yeah.
Well, we enjoy seeing you all the time and
Thank you.
listening.
It's always great to see you.
You've been a great push for us there, Karen.
Oh, yay. I love that. I love that. That's, that's my life's mission. So to hear you kind of reaffirm that, I appreciate it. So, feel like if I can just be a little, to inspire people to be their best, to really just go for it, because everyone is so amazing on the inside. It's if you can share that with the world and shine a little brighter, that's what it's about. So I love that. Thank you,
All
Joe.
right, thanks.
Good to see you, Kelly. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Where have you been?
Oh, and nobody
Working.
has.
Once a week.
They work the heck out of her.
Working.
Well, it's the holidays, and she lets the people that have families.
People that have families, I work because I don't. So
Well, you do.
Yeah,
I
you do,
understand
so they don't have to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. There's another moment of inspiration right there. Giving to others, helping others, being there, being a light for others, and allowing people to enjoy their family and their lives a little bit more. So that's awesome.
And she
All right,
gives. What do you
What were
give
you gonna say?
the women that try to get away from their husbands?
Shade Tree Shelter.
Oh, she gives brand new clothes that she buys from Amazon.
For the shelters?
$200-$350 worth.
To the domestic violence shelter.
Yes,
So,
Yeah.
we do that too here. That's beautiful. That's what I do with all my things. Kids, myself, I give it all to the shelters. It's
yeah.
very important. Yeah. Very good.
Give it back.
Well,
All right, that's it. Nice seeing
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Great to see you. I see Ann now with her video on. Good to see you, Ann. And there's Karen Jones. Beautiful. Sarah's here. Alora, nice to see you. All right, this was fun. I am lucky enough to be here with you tomorrow again. And on Wednesday, it's going to be awesome. We'll see what we talk about then. Great to see all of you. And I look forward to seeing you all here tomorrow. Bye. Be in it to win.